Uh-oh. It's having problems. Streamlabs is having a stroke.
That it usually does.
No, it doesn't.
With me, it does.
That's not like you then.
To be fair, I only have a single stick of 8 gig RAM. And a HDD.
Well, it's working. I guess that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
Time to quickly roll a bunch of random D100s for no particular reason.
I don't know.
As I start off every game doing.
Wow, and we're only one.
I don't know what that one's doing, but I guess it's okay. Someone pinged me. We are live. We live. I have quite the roller coaster ready for you people. Are you all ready? You've acquired water, sustenance, and the will to play. The last one's kind of
The will.
important.
Is it?
Slightly. I fear that Fallen will talk as much as Charles does. That is my only fear. Yep, fear well founded.
Hmm.
Might as well only have one player. She might have fallen asleep. Fallen, are you alive? I think she died. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Well, there goes that.
Or they clamped out again.
Already down a new character.
Oh no.
So much for that.
Guess they'll be appearing.
They'll appear later
on
in the
this.
graveyard. Dead. You see a random corpse on the side of the street. What is it? Don't worry about it. A Krogan and
there
two
he is.
humans.
I knew it.
And a pile of bones.
Restricting themselves to type.
Oh no, I found something that makes me uncomfortable. It's a very short one. Oh no. Those are snap pops.
Anyone want to hear that?
Oh, not really. Where the
We have
hell
more than one
did
player.
I
Let's go.
put... On its own tab. Of course I did. This is a great beginning of the stream.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Go away. Random music, go! There we go. Commander's asking about stuff.
Tell him he can suck a dick.
Well, you typed it in
He's
game
no
related.
longer the commander.
I am the captain now. I hope this music is quieter than you guys.
Well, I don't hear it, so who knows?
Well, it's down to 1%, so I sure hope so. Looking at the audio input, y'all definitely are higher than it.
Good,
Whenever you
good.
talk.
Glad we don't have to.
They don't have to hear it either, it's just the recording. Anyway, transition! Wom. I'd like to welcome everyone to this short recap. The group has accepted a mission for has accepted an escort mission and are finishing their 1-week suborbital transit. Gon is pissed, and everyone else is mildly inconvenienced by floating around in 0G.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and slaves.
Yeah.
Everyone loves slaves.
I do not.
They're the best and most productive members of the community.
And Fuse's want for an elephant one. Massive elephant lady is what he's looking for. I was pretty sure exactly what he said.
It was
Fuse has
around
some
that
interesting
ballpark.
fetishes.
Tastes. We say tastes here on Twitch.
I'm sure we do.
We did.
What's next? You're going to be in a hot tub with some cleavage out?
It's not called cleavage, it's called, what are they calling it nowadays? Hold on.
Booba?
No.
Boing boing?
No. Hold on. I got this. It's monetization. There we go. Popularity.
Ah, there we go.
Just call it boing boing.
9.
Thought it was gonna.
Anyway,
Ooh.
as the ship comes down from re-entry,
Holy shit! We already blasted through 5 days.
we are blasted through the whole week. What are y'all gonna do? Float?
Yes.
Okay. What are you doing for the week other than floating?
Alright.
Exactly.
Lighting. Alright. Let's go.
Upon re-entry, you hear the creaks and groans of the hull. Fuse, Gon, it sounds like something shears off the craft during re-entry.
Ah.
As you hear the sound of tearing metal and something plinking across the hull for all of 10 seconds, for all of 0.2 seconds.
Begin the duct tape.
Panic.
Yep.
Upon touching down at a nearby town,
Oh.
you know,
Yay.
one of the similar dust cities. Middle of nowhere has a small wall. The number of buildings can be counted on your hands. Well, the number of structurally sound buildings can be counted on your hands. There's plenty of shacks to go around. A few of them do blow over when the ship comes down to land. I will mention.
Wonder which one. This ship or that. Yeah, he was just randomly.
Your mission outlined that your protection target will meet you here, or one of his guards will come to pick you up from here to bring you to their compound,
That
and then
was-
you'll escort him to wherever the fuck it is he's going. You arrive here ahead of time. You have at least a day to fuck around.
Did a little one in the jar.
A little one in a jar.
So
Yeah.
how was the floating?
Looks a little upset.
Yeah, I guess that's why we
Keep him in a jar.
time to look at. Now turning to gold. Alright, everything in place, or you're still working on some?
You know, a bit of wayward gunpowder here and there. We won't probably die.
Here's hoping.
Mm-hmm.
The shadow
Going
is
upon your
alive.
inspection of the ship, you see a few of its re-entry plates on the nose have sheared off.
Oh, fuck.
Perfectly not normal. We'll probably not die anytime soon.
As long as you're not re-entering again, yeah, you're perfectly fine.
Any of it still hanging on to the ship?
No, they're little plates that are pushed out and extended in front of the nose. Those plates are entirely gone, with the little pusher rod still there.
Hmm.
There's supposed to be 10 of them. You count only 3.
Huh. I wonder
Yikes.
how valued that is. Seeing
Oh.
Healy's ship on there.
I wonder how expensive that is. Oh, yeah, the Phantom's still being held on by robotic arms. It's definitely
less
covered in
worry.
burns.
Hmm.
Alright, I guess this is your time to check over your stuff if you weren't able to do it in your floating state, but just tries to say it's Scully, not sure where to look.
My characters are ready for everything.
Ready for anything! The sun explodes. Oh no.
Gone.
Well,
I
time to go
choose
to
to
Max
blow
My
up the
World.
sun instead of having it blow up me.
Ah,
I like with that.
With enough wayward explosives, anything is possible.
One could definitely argue.
oh yes. How do you like our interesting new muscle? Trying to be polite. The yokai.
Hmm?
She hasn't out of the
Just talking about your spirit druid, whose name is
Yes.
impronounceable.
It's just Ina. What is so hard about that?
Impronounceable. Beyond remembrance.
Ina, a nickname brought to you by Goen.
Sure. Is there anything a lot of you want to do during your free day here?
Going
Look around
to
town.
see
See
what
the
can be
sights.
repaired. Ah, there we go.
See the sights. Pulls
suppose-
out my AK. Ah, yes. What glorious sights I have.
What sights are there to see?
Yeah, if anything, we would be able to do it in record time while we try to make sure the thing doesn't fall apart further.
Excuse me as I go AFK for about 2 minutes as I get myself something to eat, because I am very hungry.
You could have done that in a half hour we were chilling?
What?
Absolute mumpty.
I'm really hungry.
You had a full half hour of us sitting here waiting.
I'm not very good at time management.
Weird. You were here an hour ahead of
Very.
time.
Anywho, the guns engineer are gonna the hope we occupy on Satan.
What are you up to, Mr. Mechanic?
He's going to try and recruit the at least sure nothing else fall apart on the ship before helping him with this project. If there's
Make sure nothing
time.
else falls apart.
Yes, it's the uphill battle that he has to because our captain wanted it.
Just because they want something doesn't mean it's a good idea to get it to them.
Is what it says here.
Great to hear.
So are you helping?
Gon, what are you going to be doing with your little bottles of repair mice?
Hmm.
Effectively-
Unsure at the moment. Probably fix the bits of the ship that I can.
I said fuse. Yes, I think I did. Fuse got little
Okay.
bottles of little worker slave people.
I see.
Yeah, I lost track of the number. Tell me again, because I just didn't remember the one.
I thought you got like 3.
There we go.
Check your inventory. I know for a fact you wrote it down.
Okay, looking.
Oh yeah, just one. Okay, yeah, I'm
kinda-
crazy.
There we go. It's because you had to deal with the whole show, and someone got more, but we're not sure who.
Oh, okay. He actually wrote that down in his quirks. Understood. Man, I really hope nothing ever shoots Fuse. He'll die. Because this man has no armor.
Oh, Scully, do you want to browse everywhere with this +1 go card?
I also have to go to the bathroom too, so best to get that up.
We don't need to hear this. TMI! Also, we're streaming. Shut the fuck up. Man, my feet hurt. The boils on my feet just exploded a minute ago. There's pus everywhere. We don't need to hear that. Shut the fuck up. God, the lot of you.
Just trying to keep it interesting.
I'd rather it be boring.
Well, I hope we haven't been cutting off Go, and I think he was trying to say something.
He's attempting to repair the ship a little bit.
Mhm.
He's not
Yeah,
sure
it's a
how,
joint
but he'll
effort.
figure it out.
Gomez just beat random metal plates into position of the heat shields. Hope it works. Just paint some plaster on it. Maybe stick some gum to it, call it a day. Fuse refusing to help, deciding to poke his little man in a jar.
Wow. You gonna do Fuse like that? Nah, he eventually notices at one point.
He eventually notices the sounds of power tools on the outside of the ship. Huh, where's that noise?
Ah yes, my first moment back with Gon is already doing Fuse's job better. Just like the good old days.
It's like the good one.
Fuse, make a fucking roll. For mechanic
what is
and
it?
not armorer. Come on, Fuse, roll good. I know you can. It's in you. Believe in the heart of the cards. Can you roll? It's passing. Fuse comes out there with thermal paint and paints over your slapdash attempts going.
It may be slapping, And it may be dashing, but it's damn well better than nothing.
Fuse
Well,
carefully applies the thermal paint to these panels and rehooks up their actuators so they actually function.
Functioning thermal plate.
Nice.
Well, they actuate. Anyone going to go into town?
Mm,
I'll go to town on your ass.
I would, but I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be able to understand any of the locals.
You haven't even asked. You just assume. And
What
Fuse
do the
speaks it
locals
fluently.
look like?
Fuse, humans! They look like humans!
Okay, maybe not.
You can also just grab
No.
Fuse and bring him with you because he speaks the local language fluently.
That's true.
Rolls up. Hi, I've been doing my argument now.
Wait.
Bring this one. Panic!
Yeah.
Gabba 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 gabba.
So are you gonna try to strike it out on your own, or are you gonna tell
What are you doing?
our
I'm probably just gonna look around the place with Fuse tagging along. That's
Okay, so you've tied up Fuse and are pulling him behind you.
I'm assuming it's like one of those fucking like child leashes on them or something like that.
Sure. And what's gonna go with them? Maybe Ina?
Come on, dummy.
We'll go with them. Who would be afraid of a giant, scary, demony lady?
Well, you're not always giant and demony.
Do I have a reason not to be?
Size
Okay.
limit.
It's intimidating to other people. That's
Can't-
the point.
Can't fit through the front door!
Bonk.
You can only use it once per day. Can't fit through normal buildings. I think there's a time limit on a few hours per level.
We
Okay.
never talked about that.
We said it was similar to the Druid's shape change, or whatever the fuck it is for the first one. Still, that's several hours.
It is.
Okay, when did this happen? It's what Fuse is saying to the Ina who's trying to follow.
When did what?
Could have sworn you were more humanoid. A lot bigger than you should be, but humanoid.
She just kind of blinks at you.
Okay then. Assists with, getting out. Since it's like, as terrifying as this is, maybe extra muscle is what it has to explore.
Let's see, how intimidating is Ina currently? How intimidating am I?
I
Not very intimidating.
don't know if they are.
That's why I'm typing it. Fallen, are you free to talk?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh!
You got a 7 on your intimidate. What is your intimidating?
I rolled really low.
I guess as Ina is being a little awkward, so it's like hard to be as terrified as you should be.
Ina didn't quite envision her demon form this time, so there's a lot less spikes.
I can probably do better
lot more-
than that
A
roll.
lot more rounded.
I could probably do better
think
than
you
I
can
got a
improve it
minus
with your
2 in
dialogue, Sully.
intimidation.
Wow, you rolled a 2. I can do better than that.
They rolled a 5 actually.
Why do I have a negative intimidate? I should have a positive, according to this. What the
I
fuck?
think intimidate goes off of demeanor.
Oh,
yeah.
Either way, low rolls be low rolls.
Mm-hmm.
How to dating I? Leans over, fear me. No one's gonna be afraid of that. Passive intimidate, on looks. Active intimidate, not really. While you look around town, yeah, there's only about 9 buildings that are solid and either made of reinforced concrete, or are transformed bunkers. Like the sheriff's office is an actual fucking bunker.
That's smart. It's actually really smart.
The bar is also a bunker. They're right across from each other.
Protect the booze.
Exactly. There's even a smaller building built on top of the bar. It's the inn. So the inn is on top of the bar, but it's a separate building. Good times.
Hughes says nothing.
The other buildings in town are more for are just other people's houses that are more sturdily built than the crumbling shacks that are outside the city's wall. I use the term wall loosely because this wall is made of pipes shoved in the ground and corrugated steel covering it. If anything with substance, like a tank, were to hit it, it'd go right through.
So you mean everything Gone does?
Well, your average buggy would stop when it hits it.
You forget, Gone will fire a fucking grenade launcher at it or his mortar.
Mortar
think he
might
would
do
take out
something,
two
or
houses
send a
before it
grenade
stopped
launcher
on
won't
one.
do much.
Even if I shoot a thermal bomb at it?
It may not do much. But as you guys are walking around, you hear a explosion in the distance.
Oh.
Oh yes, I'm glad Gon ain't following us on this. He'd be ecstatic.
I imagine Gon pops his head out of the ship.
Did the ram fuck something up?
He sniff, sniff. I smell gunpowder.
You run back to the gate, and Gon is standing on top of the ship so you can see. Off in the distance, there is a bus that has been overturned, and there's a pillar of smoke coming off of it.
Oh.
Does anyone else have a sensation of deja vu?
Gone will
No,
pull up
it
his
is what
comms.
All
Someone
right.
go check that out. I'll be on mortar support should you need me.
I guess we're getting in the driving.
The buggy rolls out out of the ship.
I guess it's time for Balbus 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, chuckle fucks.
Here we go. And did my sheet close again? God fucking damn it.
Yeah, probably.
There we go. With the buggy, I'm gonna do the drive wheel test. Get over there.
Oh yeah.
See if today is a good day.
Is today a good day? Proceeds to fall in a hole.
Ah,
No.
it's a good day.
Sullivan drives this thing properly as he
No.
floors it and follows the road.
At least luckily I did not hit a sinkhole or a massive fucking pothole, or the equivalent of.
There was indeed massive potholes in front of the front door.
That would do it.
Yeesh.
Like, big enough to lose your entire car in massive pothole. You rapidly approach the scene of the accident. There doesn't seem to be any bandits around. But you do stop before you run over another landmine. As it appears, there's been quite a few set on the road on this road.
Crap. Okay, time for some careful driving.
Well, they're close enough together that you can't get a car through. You can get a bike through, though.
Ah. Okay, how far away is the
Hmm.
overturned bus?
It's only about 30 feet away. You do see a
Okay,
few
let's
people climbing out.
safely park our vehicle away from this landmine.
It's only on the road. As soon as you leave the road and get onto the sand, there's nothing, as far as you can see.
Yes, but we don't want to be close to the one we discovered, just in case some stray shot.
Oh, there's
hits
quite a
us.
few. On the 20 feet
Mhm.
between you and the bus, you count at least 10 more mines that you can see.
All right, Scully. Before we
At
leave
this
our
point, can I see the mines as well?
You all can see the mines. They're not that well hidden.
Okay, this time to be relatively clever with this. Would shooting a mine set it off?
Is there anti-tank mines? So maybe.
all right, before you start shooting, is what Fuse says as you prepare the
Question:
appropriate
could you
gun.
carefully pick up the mine and disarm it?
They're AT. You can definitely pick them up, unless they've been wired against that.
Right.
It's not hard to do that, but they do have very hefty triggers that only heavy things will set them off. Like vehicles. A person would step on it.
So
and it would go off.
Ina could very carefully pick one up and hand it to Fuse.
Give it to the goat.
The goat's at the
Right.
ship.
That's why Fuse is like half panicked. It's like, okay, let's
Here,
find out.
have an AT
Careful,
mine.
bot in the vehicle.
We could
Ina's
go
just
back
very
and get the
carefully
goat.
picks it up,
We could go back to
sets it
the
near
ship,
Fuse,
bring
backs
the goat
away
here,
a couple
deal
feet.
with the mines.
So, Fallen,
Yeah.
whatever purpose you have on this desert planet has cut your bus ride short with an AT mine.
Oh god, just like the first session of this campaign version.
This is just the best way of introducing people.
It really is the fucking bus bombs.
Ina,
Continue.
Sarah, you and your companion get out of the bus relatively unscathed,
Mm-hmm.
as it does quickly catch fire.
That's burning.
It is.
Any
Oh,
other
do keep
flavors,
going.
or-
The boom, we're loving this.
It's very much on fire.
Yep.
You and a few other people get out of the bus before it has a small pop. You notice down the road from you, there is a armored buggy with what looks like grease guns welded to the top in the form of a turret. Is Ina still in massive demon form?
Going into a combat zone? Yes.
Okay.
And the person
you
behind
see...
the wheel looks mildly depressed or annoyed. You can't tell which.
You see a lizard person wearing a mask and trench coat holding an AT mine, a tall ass fuck demon of some sort, and a slightly dressed person with a massive ass sniper on his back.
Actually, he usually keeps the sniper in two parts in a suitcase or something like that.
Something
Okay.
on his back, but non-plus.
You see him
space.
carrying a suitcase.
In this case, I have to
There
say.
you go.
A very not suspicious suitcase.
Totally not suspicious.
Okay.
Or briefcase, that's what I meant to say, a briefcase or something.
Potato.
Very suspicious still.
I don't
Let's
know,
be real.
This entire group is super suspicious considering one of you is now handling an AT mine.
Yeah.
And he's quickly trying to find a place to put it down. It's like, oh shit.
Even more suspicious. Where am I going to
He
put
knows-
this?
That's why I'm putting it near Fuse so he can disarm it.
So you
And hopefully not die.
put on the ground
Fuse
next
is
to him. Here, fix it.
And
Fuse, are you
he
going
knows
to attempt to
that-
disarm them?
Unfortunately, no, he's trying to secure it so it won't go off, but at the same time, so they can carry it back to gold.
yeah, I
because he knows
probably
that
have
is-
full mana at this point.
Definitely.
He knows Gon isn't going to let him
So-
easy if he finds out that he let a perfectly good bomb get left in the desert.
In the name of maintaining of avoiding conflict when possible, I'm applying the summon lesser shadow to send a message to that group by the bus.
You have a
Mm-hmm. Okay.
all right. This is what Fuse says to Ina as he tries to carefully place the landmine in the a buggy to transport back when they.
Wait, what? Yes,
He
sir.
asks her, "Okay, is there any thing else approaching that bus? Because normally there is. We need to deal with that problem before we approach."
Mm-hmm.
Can you get a awareness check? Those on the bus clearly see those on the road as not the ones who laid the landmines, for you don't look like raiders, so they don't shoot you immediately. You're lucky I
Nice.
rolled high enough for them.
Ha!
Or else I definitely would have had them just start shooting at you haphazardly.
Bing, da, bing, da, bing.
Well, we don't know what the player intends, but at least we all know we're suspicious.
The NPCs aren't firing. I don't know. Sarah?
I'm just hiding behind the NPCs. They can
Hi.
get shot first.
Hide behind the NPCs. Yep. Good plan. A solid strategy. One of the various survivors yell, "Are you gonna take us to town?"
I'm
Anyone gonna
guessing
Again.
Maybe.
answer?
Might take a bit.
wow. Okay, speak
Do
up.
we still have the battle
Scully. I think
bus?
we're losing that.
No, you don't still have the battle bus. You'll sold that. As Gon is just waiting patiently on the mortar cycle next to the ship.
All right, I think he asked you to roll an awareness check. If
I asked everyone to
Ina is
roll an
gonna look
awareness,
around
and
for
no one
danger.
did, so I guess you're just gonna be
Awareness.
staring into the ground.
Oh,
Alright,
everyone. All right, there we go.
awareness.
There we
Unskilled
go.
roll.
Hold on.
There we go. Yeah. Yeah. There we go.
You roll low and still.
So Gon notices.
Yeah.
Now that I'm, as I know. As you all are sitting here bickering back and forth, Ina's superior height allows her to see over the sand dunes and sees a very thin smoke trail coming towards you at high speed.
Ash.
From the
Ina will
direction
use the
of-
comms to relay the position to Gon.
Okay, give me a Gon's.
I got a bad feeling about this. Is what
Mortar
Hughes
check.
says when he notices.
Which one was
using the
mortar?
bombs.
Wubble artillery? Or
Yep.
Hmm.
Fuck. Things go boom now.
Portable artillery.
Same roll.
I'm about to say it's the same roll anyway, so I don't see the point.
I assume they're being vocal with the general location of where that thing is coming from, right?
Yeah, Anna has a pretty decent range from herself.
Could I do a notice roll to get a closer look at it via using my scope? I could take it out of the briefcase.
Yeah, you noticed it as well, but I noticed it quicker and called it in already. And you just hear a thump. You hear a faint thump in the distance. A few of the NPCs begin navigating the minefield over to your cart. In hopes of a free ride.
I'm sure I'd handle it. Don't want to sound like a jackass, but like they're walking. We're just
They're walking.
Walking here. Well,
depending on how
shit! I bugged out the
There are.
text box feed. God damn it!
Sarah, what are you up to? Are you just marching in line behind the 3 other NPCs?
Yeah, for right now.
Alright. By the way, each one of these peeps are armed in some way.
Who isn't armed on this planet?
I'm just
I
making
wouldn't
sure
be surprised if we'd see a 5-year-old with a rocket launcher.
Probably the young children, like those under the age of 3. Those are probably the only ones
No,
that are
those would
unarmed.
be armed.
It's under the
That's
age
what?
of 2. It is called natural selection. If they shoot themselves in the head, they don't deserve to be here.
Fair enough.
It's a rough world we live in, kid.
If you shoot yourself when you're that young, you don't deserve to be older. But yes, most kids actually run around with pistols.
The rich kids run around with RPGs.
there you go.
No, they're only
Of
upgraded
course,
to
they have to
RPGs
take
after they're
safety
10.
lessons just for
But honestly, kids are better suited to crew service weapons, like MGs, mortars, turret machine gun turrets. You know, things of that nature. Builds teamwork. Come on, it's amazing.
Yeah, I gotta teach those kids how teamwork is, you know.
Acquiring, setting, and firing a mortar. Operating an MG, or grenade launcher. Tow missiles. Stuff like that. Crew service weapons. Great work for children.
well, it says for them to go up there. On their going actually it's close.
Gone, how many are you gonna fire off?
I was thinking 1 napalm shell.
Okay. Given
And if they're
just-
still moving towards you after that, I'll fire an HE.
So Gon is just given a rough direction and distance, and he's like, okay, napalm.
Enough with the war crimes. Nice.
It's not a war crime if they're all dead.
They're bandits, they're not people.
Fair enough.
Bandits don't count. They ain't peoples.
Oh.
Everyone definitely notices the splashdown of the napalm. And I do mean splashdown.
I hope those were close-stop vehicles.
Also hope you hit close enough.
Actually, even if they were closed vehicles, napalm coating your windshield sounds like hell.
What
Time to put-
windshield?
Time to put it in park.
That's just melting glass.
Napalm doesn't burn that hot. Does it?
Yeah, I would have to shoot a thermite bomb at them.
I might be thinking of white phosphorus now that I think about it.
Oh, you mean some nice Willy Pete?
Yeah.
Yes,
that'll
we're
be my-
all definitely well endowed with knowledge of war crimes.
my eyes. I just accidentally
Sand.
looked directly at a light. Ow.
Hey,
Okay,
boom! Would my
okay.
fiberglass grenade count as a war crime?
Yes.
Yeah, most likely.
So I'm glad you didn't fire that first.
Because that can be blown by the wind. Oh, look, it's wafting over the town.
Oh well,
No, it's
not my
a
problem.
We both had the same idea.
Time to leave. Wait, aren't those the security personnel that were supposed to come pick us up? Laying on the ground screaming
Just steal their badges.
about how blinded they are.
Yeah, it's their fault for being in the splash zone.
And
Alright,
downwind.
so while Goen is
Hmm.
checking out his handiwork, how get it over here? so we have a number.
Well, Gon can't really check it out. It's up to others. So there's now a massive smoke cloud from the napalm burning.
Alright, pick your
So
position.
determining what and where they are based on smoke columns alone is no longer a valid option.
And for you-
The group of NPCs have arrived at your vehicle and are trying to negotiate passage.
Okay.
A few of them have asked how much you want to bring them there because they don't want to walk.
Okay, gender. Yes, I'm gonna be biased.
Yes, I'm going to be biased.
Of course.
One moment.
Bias, I think you mean you're gonna try to score.
I don't fucking know.
We have a demon woman for this. Try your hands at that.
Holy shit!
Hey, what are the
He loses
of
them,
them
I'm
are
sure.
that tall?
So, the first NPC is a lizard woman with her kid. That's two
Deny the
NPCs.
kid, we'll take the woman.
No. That would be the asshole, but no, he's going to allow her and the kid. That's
So
one.
that's the first and second NPC. Her kid's also part lizard.
Of course.
He seems to be half. He's a little bit of an abomination.
Hmm.
Seems to be about 13. The third one is a man. He is about 6'3"
Debating.
and is 3/4 kimono dragon. He has an AK with a grenade launcher.
He might be convinced to help us. But I'm still saying, alright, hold on, let me think about it.
He's also
One.
pretty decked out with gear. He has taken up the position of about 10 feet away from the towering demonic presence. You know, a safe position away from you.
Alright, before you list the rest of the NPCs,
There's only one
Taking
more.
favorite position.
The last one is a man in a business suit, which is now ruffled. He seems very disgruntled.
He can suck a dick.
Yes, hard.
And the last
Like-
person that survived this bus ride is no longer an NPC. You wish to describe yourself and introduce yourself?
See. You see a woman that's basically enclosed at her Well, an environmental suit, basically, too. Black and
Hazmat?
white.
No, a tactical environmental suit.
Hmm.
That has armor and shit on it. Sleek. Form-fitting.
Are they gonna end up becoming the combat version of old Charles?
No.
Can't
They're
tell who
just,
that
they're
is.
just no one ever sees their face. Or is their face?
Anyway, continue.
And I don't know how to put it.
Figure out a way to put it.
You could type it out, if possible.
Okay.
I don't know what she's trying to describe, so I can't help.
Well, once it's down,
Well, while she's doing that, Goen is just sitting here waiting on reports of stuff. After
I guess
about...
Ina hasn't taken her eyes off the cloud. And
Well, it's now a thick pillar of smoke from the napalm. Whether or not anything's alive there is unknown.
I guess Scully would be scope picking a good position.
Yeah, I'll be trying to find a good vantage point. The best one I could find in this area, at least. It's probably not all that great of a one.
So you just find a high sand dune and just looking over it.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Beep, beep. Ina and Scully, as you are staring intently in the direction of that, you begin to hear faint motor sounds, like of a bike. As Sullivan, you see a bandit on a motorbike come flying over about 2 hills away from you. He comes flying over the hill,
Oh, shit.
joined by about 2 more buddies that got past the napalm.
I guess their goose
Well,
got cooked.
Whoever else was with them, yeah. But there's now 3 bandits on motorbikes. Sorry, 6 bandits on motorbikes.
Ah. There should be a fair fight then.
Sullivan, you can clearly see that the drivers of the motorbikes have like SMGs of some sort, but the people behind them, one has a grenade launcher, the other has an RPG-7, and the last one has an AK.
Okay, I have my targets.
Panic.
RPG 7, that's the one where the launcher is exposed, right?
Where the warhead is exposed, yes.
How far are they from me at the moment?
At the rate of their vehicle, it'll be about 4 rounds before they reach you. That would mean
Are they within my effective range of shooting?
One moment, I need to pull out a calculator. Calculator. The fuck did that go? There it is. They'll reach you in 3 rounds. They move 120 feet per round. They're 360 feet away. As they are
Okay,
bobbing up and down on the sandy banks.
And my 270 is a long range weapon, so. Is it good?
Check the range increments. Is it good?
Range increments. Yeah, 100 to 400, so I think that's pretty good.
360 currently. They're a little harder to hit because of their bobbing.
Yeah,
So
it makes sense.
You take an additional -4 to try to hit them.
Okay. And firearm rules, single shot.
So
Plus-
Fuse is the delegate for the group talking to the bundle of NPCs, while the other two are standing on the sandy hills staring at this shit.
I'd be taking a -2 at this range with the conditions.
Okay,
Yeah,
take your shot.
I'll accept that.
I think you'll at least get 2 attacks.
-2 for the modifier, right?
You need to spend around to unpack your gun, because you specifically stated that you were just pulling the scope out.
Fair enough. Unpack and put together, which they would be about
120 feet closer.
Okay,
So then
they're
at
still
240.
within. They're still within effective
Akira.
range. I have
Akira.
2 rounds of shooting, so I can pick out up to 4 targets.
Double taps on the same target.
So 2 targets. I'm gonna target the RPG and the grenade launcher.
Unless I gave you a feat to negate that.
First
Nope.
shot on the RPG user. Woo!
Are you just gonna double tap each of these?
Probably.
What's the magazine of your gun? That might
It is a
determine this.
5-round mag.
So yeah, over the course of the 2 rounds, you'd have 1 shot left at the end.
Yep. Which would be safe for a smart bullet, but I could also just reload another mag to conserve that.
Yeah, the last one's a smart bullet. You did state that. On all your guns, you put a smart bullet as your last round.
Yep. No. Just
So does anybody
for
wish
the
to tell the
APC.
NPCs what's happening?
You know, we'll very
Yes.
subtly tell them that some bandits are coming that might want to get ready.
Everyone kind of the NPCs pile on behind the buggy.
Oh fuck, that's a pretty good damage for that first shot. That is that +2 AP4. That first shot.
Roll to hit again, and damage again if you're double tapping each one.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah, what are you doing? You were told by the 12'3" demon that there are bandits on motorcycles coming after you.
I guess all we could do is fight.
So yeah, I assume 19 would hit.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so they take 22 damage for the one with the RPG.
Yeah, you watch as you quick put 2 rounds into him. That first round didn't seem to do much. The second one hit the tip of his RPG and detonated it.
That's
You watch
nice.
as that man and the bike he was on burst into a fireball as it begins doing wheels, flips, spins, and goes yeeting off the sandbank and just goes careening through the sky. I know this. Second person? Actually, no, that'd be the next round. I know, what are you doing?
We'll get out her bow and get ready to shoot somebody should they get in close enough.
Why long range assassins are scary.
Fuse, what are you doing?
Okay. That insufferable.
Speak up, Fuse.
Why not? Yeah,
Quit
he's
wrestling
trying
with
to figure
cutlery.
out who the guy in the suit is, and he's going to be one of those sufferable passengers.
Okay, so you're spend your turn talking to this man. Am I understanding this right? Okay.
Yes.
Totally not hopping on the emplaced weapon on the buggy. No, he's gonna talk to the man in the suit instead.
I mean, they got a suit. They're clearly important.
More important than the people coming to kill you.
Hey, if I have a free action, I'd say to the end that.
What's his name? Joki Kasar?
Alright, hold on. Let me say something. If I do have a free action, I'd say to the NPC that looks decked out to go back up Scully. Probably the only chance they got to overturn it.
He looks at you, he looks at his nice cover, he looks back at you, shrugs, sure. He pulls out a sawed-off shotgun and then runs over. He puts it like a thigh holster and is like off. He'll get there in one round.
Okay.
Time to remake Fuse's character to be a political man.
Oh god.
It says his name is C.R. Humphreys.
I'll call him Dix. Seymour Dix.
C.R. Humphreys. Better than the first name I had on here. Roger Oscar Golden. That just reeks of
Pretentious.
pretentious, and he does not need to be pretentious. I'll save that in for later, though. No. He says you can call him Humphreys. Or Chad if you really want to.
Really?
His full name is Chad Rogers Humphreys. I am not making this up.
That's a name.
I mean, you made the character, so yes, you did make it up.
No, this random name generator made the name. I had the character, I just didn't have the name.
Fair enough.
Smells suspicious.
I am prepared to make my next roll.
So I was just chilling with the bow. What's the range of that bow?
Bow. We never gave it a range.
Is it a short bow or a long bow? Or an average?
You'd probably give it a medium range.
Yeah.
Wait, no, this is that massive bow that they use for... And I have a range of long.
Yeah.
So you could totally be shooting these guys as well.
Alright.
Yep.
If anything's within 100 feet, it'll be harder for you to hit them.
Mm-hmm. Of course, through the nature of the bow, you're always
Oh
doing
my
single
God,
shots, so you have a
really?
+2 on your shots.
So who are you? Oh my god. So she pulls out this magnificent longbow and stands next to you. She draws it back. Before she lets go, you hear a snap.
No. Boom, no.
Oh,
It's a
That's
spirit bow.
actually rude.
I know. No. It's you hear a snap. The string goes flying forward. The arrow's still in her hand. It's been broken in half. You
Okay,
have
then.
2 parts of an arrow in your hand. The string cut it in half. So I'm just sitting there with.
just looking at the arrow pass like a fucking dumbass. Like, what?
I imagine she dropped it thinking she was firing it, and it just cuts it instead. So there's just 2 halves of an arrow on the ground at her feet.
Ina will look very confused. Such things should not happen in
Oh.
any sense of the way.
Just,
Well, on that note, time to fire.
Second time to fire. Go ahead. Pulls out another arrow. Make sure that that this one isn't flawed in some way. Fires. Who are you shooting at?
Whichever
I'm
one's
shooting at-
closer, I guess.
Wait, they have double tap?
No. Well,
I would have had 2 rounds of firing because Boom didn't give me a range.
yeah, I was just starting at her for the second round as well.
Ah,
Anyway.
much better.
It is on this one that the NPC is up with you now.
Did it hit?
Yes, roll damage. Did you add the -4 for them bobbing and weaving?
No, that would have been 23.
Still a hit. Sullivan, you hit. Go ahead and roll for your double tap.
Yeah. Good damage. And
So the one Ina shot at, your arrow goes
Ugh.
whizzing past and hits one of the drivers.
Ooh. Nice.
Bang.
Bang! It's a bow.
It's a gun with a silent receiver.
Sigmar, your purple hero, bam, bam, from him. As
Yep.
you're shooting for the grenade launcher man, right?
Yeah, I've taken out the RPG and, by sheer coincidence, their driver. Now I'm aiming for the grenade launcher.
You promptly put 2 rounds in the man. Go ahead and roll damage.
That's it. And let's throw decent damage. The 17 total into that guy.
You put 1 round into his shoulder and 1 into his other shoulder. He looks pissed. And maybe a little lightheaded, but he's still upright.
Using that weapon's probably gonna be a bit of a bitch for him, though.
They are now, I think, 120 feet away. At which point, this man can now start shooting at you.
Yeah, at this point, I'm gonna start falling back for the next round. I'm pretty sure I'd be shooting from a prone position, so I'm a harder target too.
Double tap takes your... No. Alright, you're fine. Yeah, you were prone. You need to use your movement to stand up. Yeah, that you're just gonna crawl 10 feet that way.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm probably gonna creep back.
Okay, so Sullivan crawls backwards to get below the ridge of the
Yeah, get out of line of sight.
grenade launcher. Doesn't need line of sight.
Just needs
Yeah.
to go up and over.
Yeah, you and Aina and that NPC are pretty close together, so... Thump.
Hmm.
Yeah, you just hear a thump. Panic should be on your mind.
I think maybe taking some negatives because I took a shot to each shoulder.
Yes, he will take damage. He will take negatives for being severely injured. He also takes negatives from being on a moving object.
That's true too.
So he's just fired this thing absolutely haphazardly.
As you do with a grenade launcher.
Watch as it's a 1 and they end up driving over the nade and
No.
detonating it.
You hear the thump, and Aina can watch as the grenade goes whizzing past her, keeps going, and lands on your buggy
Oh, for fuck's sake.
with a large bang. Luckily, the buggy protects everyone behind it, so... The buggy then has a nice burn mark on the side of it. But is otherwise unaffected.
Built Ford tough.
Vehicles don't really care about high explosive damage.
Scuff.
People inside it might, but no one's in there.
They're just having a mild case of ringing.
I imagine the entirety of it's just vibrating. Good thing Fuse wasn't on the turret, or else he would take damage. Fuse,
Poor
knowing this all
Fuse.
along.
Okay, I guess it's time to cut this conversation short. Yes.
That's your wake-up bell. And the other one begins firing his AK in suppressive fire at the hillside. So Aina and the other NPC will take a negative
How
10
long
to try
would
to
it
fire
take Gon's explosive to get here?
It would be 2 rounds of travel.
Okay.
Where are you gonna
Do you
aim
guys
for?
think we can kill them in 2 rounds?
Where you're standing?
I'm gonna aim where they're standing with a controlled explosive.
They're still moving. On bikes, nonetheless.
Hmm.
So they'll be out of that spot well within 2 rounds. They're gonna be on the opposite side of you by the end of next round. End of this round, they'll be on top of you.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, both you and your little NPC buddy are being suppressed by the AK guy. As he just sprays the hillside. I imagine Ina is taking somewhat cover behind the hill.
Yeah.
Only her upper half is poking up over it so she can shoot.
Wait
I
a
can
minute.
imagine a few of the bullets just ping
I
off
feel
it.
the shadow summoned.
Lesser Shadow, yes. It's been about 5 rounds since you did that.
That's true.
No, it's been about 15 rounds. My bad.
Actually,
A lot of time's been
Mhm.
passing.
I'm thinking the next round when they're basically right on top of us, I could have the shadow basically harass one of the drivers, spook them, and cause a crash maybe.
You can definitely try.
Yeah. You'd be the one who would have to
rolling
roll
for
with
chance to see if Ina gets hit by a stray bullet.
Who? Aina. The roll's chance?
I did. No. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
A few bolts whiz past you, but you don't get hit. You're still under the effect of being suppressed, though. So is the other NPC. It's your turn.
Annoying.
The NPC is going to wildly lob a grenade.
As one does.
Hope he'll just hope it creates a pothole or something.
Man.
Yeah, he gets it over the hill. That's all you can really hope for. He puts enough oomph behind it to get it out far enough away that it won't hurt any of you.
Yay.
It's nowhere near the enemy, though. As it just goes pop.
As you still hear the motorcycle.
Motorcycle, not mortar-cycle. That's back at the ship.
Kaboom!
Sarah, anything you want to be doing during all this?
Just getting myself prepared for them to be within range of me.
Pistol ready. Let's go.
So how far away are they now, Boom?
Top of the round. Sullivan, what are you doing for your turn? Standing up and running.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, Sullivan can easily make it back to the buggy during that previous round.
Yeah.
Turn action, stand up, movement, run.
Yeah, pretty much. Get up and book.
Ina, what are you doing?
I asked how far away they are still.
They now moved. They're about 10 feet in front of you.
Oh shit.
On the other side of the little sand.
So what you're
dune.
saying is they're in charging distance.
Oh yeah.
Oh, boy.
Well, you have to.
I'm
stop the
going
hill
to
first.
whip out the Odachi. I'm gonna go charging at the nearest person.
Drops bow, pulls out giant sword.
And not just that, I'm gonna activate my Ippon Tatara charge.
Oh. So you're gonna leap through the air.
Describe.
Describe this,
So there are
Yes.
two bikes.
Alright, so Ina grabs her Odachi, channeling her inner energy. Her hands and arms get extremely muscular and far more demonic. Her Odachi temporarily turns into a massive flaming hammer as she yeets through the air at the nearest person.
Introducing the beast from the east.
Yes,
Would
actually.
you like me to roll blunt weapons for this, Boom?
Go ahead.
What would I get for the charge bonus?
Oh, that doesn't give any bonuses.
Oh.
It just removes
Oh.
negatives.
Yeah. With the negatives off, that's still something.
And then here's your magical damage, Boom, before they get lit on fire.
If you're just hitting the closest one, you're hitting the one with the... that you shot an arrow into, and that has the grenade launcher guy on the back.
Good.
So yeah, everyone, including the NPCs, watches Ina fly through the air in spectacular flaming fashion, and you hear an explosion as she detonates the bike in front of her. I know you will take damage from that.
Yes.
Such a surprise. for
As
all.
you murder the two people that were on it, outright. They're both already damaged enough, so you just crumple them, and then you detonate the fuel in that fuel tank and hurt yourself in the process.
Ina can take it. She's a bulky girl.
Yeah, you take 2d6 explosion, which is blunt.
Blunt.
8.
8.
You take 8 points of
Minus-
bludgeoning damage.
5. I take 3 damage.
Yep.
So she is very much fine after doing this.
Yeah, I imagine the shrapnel of it exploding bounces off you, but the sheer concussive force is what hurts.
Yes.
Ow!
Slight
Ow.
the eyes.
And then she'll look towards whoever else is living and just kind of smile at them.
Yes, you smile at the other at the other group that's just barreling past on their bike.
Roll not the soil.
They know they're next.
You see the driver has something in his hand while the guy behind him has his AK ready.
And my
The NPC that was with you moves out of the way so it doesn't get run over as this dirt bike goes barreling past. The driver drops a grenade on the man that was sitting there.
in the what?
The NPC that was on the hill. He rolls out of the way because he was laying down for firing.
Oh shit.
So he kind of can't move all too quickly as the grenade is dropped at his feet. Well, next to his face.
Uh-oh.
By the driver of the bike, who ramps over the fucking sand dune and keeps going.
That's when you just do the Call of Duty thing. Pick up the grenade and toss it.
Yeah, if he doesn't.
He'll
panic,
definitely get a... No, he used his reaction to roll out of the way so he wasn't getting run over.
Ah, crap.
So he's just fucked.
Yeah, rip.
The bike proceeds to speed past... Ow! Oh, hold on.
Rip the homie.
Wrong one. No! So, as the bike comes barreling past the buggy, it triggers one of the landmines that they set down. As the guy in the back was lining up a shot against everyone. Just a click!
Dumbass.
Oh, that'll hurt
This is
everyone.
why you very carefully study your own landmine map.
Everyone will take damage from this. Because they're within the blast range.
Ina's not.
Well, everyone by the buggy will take damage. Sullivan is not part of that group because he decided to run back.
Oh shit.
So yes, they detonate this, and the bike will proceed to cartwheel down the side of the road. Trigger a second one as it goes up the sand dune and stops. On fire the whole way.
Well, that's one way to take out two more of the enemies. There's what, one or two left now?
That's it. There's no more. You've killed them all. Or they've killed them. They're all dead in some way, shape, or form. Sullivan is dying to the warp.
What?
You're breaking up.
Ah.
So just sort of
Laughing.
I know what you were doing, but I only got part of it.
Ina will very calmly walk back, slowly putting away her Odachi.
How much did I get hit with?
Everyone that was there will be taking 3d6 bludgeoning damage.
Well, fuck.
This
Where's
might
my-
kill some of you.
Oh,
14!
Yeah, that puts me at -2. Unless I have armor to mitigate that.
Do you have bludgeoning armor to mitigate that?
I have Kevlar Weave.
Do you have bludgeoning armor to negate that?
It's a 1-1.
So you have
You
one.
take one less.
I'm down with -1.
So as the explosive shockwave and shrapnel goes flying across everyone who was hiding behind the buggy, the mother dies, the son dies, Sullivan is on the ground bleeding out.
As usual.
Fuse, how did you deal with this? Fuse?
Fuse is dead.
Wow.
Fuse is also at
Nice
-1,
point.
laying on the
There.
ground.
Can't really look at my sheet right now.
Sarah, how are you doing? Sarah?
Sorry about that. I was cleaning the tab while I was listening.
14 bludgeoning damage to you and your follower.
I'm okay.
How are you doing? Are you okay?
Yeah. This barely takes away from my temporary hit points too.
What?
Yeah, as a spell for false life.
Hmm.
Ina will immediately begin dragging everyone that's nearly dead into a pile. And she will ask for help with this.
Yeah, you watch as, the grenade next to that man, goes off. He actually survives that.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
He's a little mangled, but he's alive.
Mine finishes them off.
So you look over the hill after the explosion. The random NPC mercenary seems to be doing okay. His face is a little rearranged. You look over near the buggy, where there's now 2 massive potholes where AT mines detonated. You just hear moans of the damned as half the party's dying over there.
And Ina's trying to gather them all into one location.
He makes his way
Are
over.
any of them dead?
No. Party members, no. NPCs, yes.
1 HP though.
The NPC in the suit is actually perfectly fine.
Suspicious.
He was far enough away. He was at the tail end of the group of people, and therefore just outside of range. He did take some shrapnel damage, but other than that, he's perfectly fine.
Something I've realized, pretty much every time we've been in a fight, I've ended up on my ass in some way.
Have you tried not dying?
Currently bleeding out from internal hemorrhaging.
Oh.
Don't worry, Ina has this. You just need to trust her.
Ina and Fuse are the ones you need to worry about.
Mhm.
I guess
The mercenary man says he's hurt, but
Again, Ina is asking for help for getting all the injured into a nice, neat pile on top of each other.
so the 2 people got it.
Well, everyone that's dying, you know, hurt,
Me.
dying, bleeding out.
Fuse, Sullivan,
Enemy.
and that mercenary guy.
Yes.
Well, all I can say
So,
is
once they're all in a nice, neat pile, I'm going to drop an Oasis talisman on their face.
I guess
When did
I
you get this?
gathered the-
It's one of my spells, Boom.
Okay.
Oh, mage. Wait. Oh yeah, you are a mage. Forgot.
Druid.
Close enough.
Alright, first round. Second round for those who need it.
Hey, that'll bring me up all the way.
Yes, low HP is very easy to fix.
And that's all the
that would
heals you
put me
guys
up
can
to-
get.
that would
Enjoy.
put me 1 over, which would eventually decay back down to 12.
Congratulations, you've been healed by demonic magic.
Good times. Yeah, the mercenary man thanks you for healing him. He wasn't. He knows about druidic magic, so this doesn't faze him too much. Druid bullshit. Got it.
Druid bullshit. Added with a few minor screams of the damned.
Why do I always end up almost dying?
I think this is the first time Fuso's almost died, so... Progress.
Progress at killing the party, yes.
Exactly. Almost all the NPCs that have come to ask for your help are now dead.
As they do.
It's okay, don't mind me. I'll just do my own thing.
I'm pretty sure out of every character here, I have had the most near-death experiences.
Get good, scrub.
The joys of being squishy. I'm a mage and an assassin.
Also
Those are
popping
the
people like
squishy
zits.
ass roll.
The one moment you shined, you managed to take out a vehicle.
And if I didn't roll so shit at damage, I could have taken out the nade launcher, that vehicle, and that vehicle. Should have cut their numbers literally in half.
That will end the combat.
Yep.
After Fuse wakes up from his not-so-eternal rest...
After being healed up pretty hard, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm being sent to look at something here.
Being sent to look at something. Yes, it looks good. Walks back. Definitely looks like a thing.
Alright, back.
The joys of being both technically a rogue and a mage. A stiff fucking breeze will send you into crit.
Yeah.
Okay, I could have planned that better, is what Fuse says as he's stretching. Ah!
Ah, my internal organs.
You know, we'll just stare.
So,
And then shake her head slowly.
Fuse walks over to congratulate the guy on surviving,
So,
and
how many
asks
rays are there?
who's
4?
the woman and the child.
6.
Not enough hit dice.
Although the last two are quite a ways away. You'd have to do a little bit of walking to go get them.
Yeah, I said earlier I was gonna gather all of our bodies.
Okay, so...
While they were doing the healing.
So after a solid minute or two, you'd be back with all of them.
So how many mages are there in the party, or magic people, at least? There's me,
3
the
now?
druid, and isn't there one other?
Me.
Jonathan.
Okay. Okay, we got the black magic, the white magic, and the green magic.
And the
Oh,
further
you
dark
just red and
magic.
blue with my magic
So
is
Sarah,
good.
do you do this in front of everyone?
Sure.
Alright. So you watch as this lady in her environmental suit and her robed masked companion drag all the bodies near the buggy, and then all the bodies just stand up.
What the fuck?
They get up.
Okay. 1. Translation.
Although 2 of those are
What the
skeletons,
fuck?
not zombies, by the way, because they were vaporized.
Necromancy. Okay then.
Well, now we
You
got
know, we'll
something to
debate
pull-
whether or not to murder you in her head.
Now we got something to pull the cart or something or fix.
Something to pull the
They don't need
cart.
air. They don't need.
Necromancy.
Sleep.
Okay then. Yeah, expect Sully to be very casual about it.
Yeah, Fuse is trying to hold
As a
himself
dark mage,
together
you
here.
do know necromancy's a thing.
Yeah, it's like, huh?
It's a sub-school
necromancy,
of
I get it.
darkness.
Yeah,
Good times.
yeah.
On one hand, you're glad because you don't have to lug it around. On the other, it's like, okay, there are several questions, and I don't know which to start with.
Go ahead and start asking
So
your
how's
questions.
our-
We got time.
Alright, so seeing that he was sentenced with the mercenary NPC, it's like, okay, strangeness notwithstanding, you know the woman and child.
They're dead. No, he didn't know them.
Okay then. Time to do the hard stuff. So walk tentatively towards the group that apparently raised the body.
So you're welcome to Sarah.
Hello there.
Hello.
Okay. Not sure or how much of your business you're willing to tell me, but I just have to ask this one thing. You're going to let the woman and child go back to how they were before we...
I never raised
Civilization,
woman
right?
and child. All I raised was the Raiders.
Yeah, the woman and child is still dead next to your buggy.
She didn't raise...
No, I didn't raise the woman and child. All I raised was the
Ah,
Raiders.
that's good then.
Mainly because
I can
the
redact
woman
some
only
of
has
what I said
one
there.
hit die and the kid has half a hit die.
And also, they were innocent. These guys were
Yeah.
guilty, so
Ah, I
even
see,
in
that's
death,
what...
they must be punished.
Oh. So that's what it is.
Oh. That's a mindset.
And I'd really love for fucking Kel to be in here right now.
But I will tamper with them later. Right now is not a good time. I'm running low on magic energy.
So are you going
Okay, mana.
to use your servant to carry...
Yeah, they're gonna be carrying the dead.
Hmm.
So it's not a burden for everyone.
Alright,
Mhm.
once we get this squared away, mind can come in with us. Our captain, find your skills in...
You're breaking up really bad.
I think he
Alright.
said he wants to have sex with you.
No! I mean, I am recruiting you to our team, if you don't mind.
What? No harm, no foul.
Okay, he goes over to Scully. Alright, how are your everything hurting?
Well, I'm not dying anymore, so there's that at least.
Ah, alright. This is gonna real childish, but I'm gonna gather all that scrap from their bikes.
Yeah, well, you do you.
Freaking pack rat.
Hey, make sure to grab all their fuel tanks. Goon could make some glorious napalm with that.
They detonated. Yeah, all
Grab whatever
three
you
vehicles
can. Goon can make
detonated.
something out of that.
Just also pick up the remnants of the vehicles. Probably the metal would be useful for you guys.
That'd be it. Although they're all currently on fire.
Just throw some sand on it. Smother the flames.
Yeah.
Nice.
Or I could probably just kill the fire, but I would need people to be 30 feet away from me.
Nice.
Over the course of the next about 10 to 20 minutes, yeah, over the course of the next 10 minutes, you sift through the wreckages and grab a bunch of scrap metal. You do find a few gearboxes, but anything else is completely undiscernible.
It's okay, you can just stab it through the zombies if you want. They could just hold on to it with their bodies.
Tragic as it is, Fuse decides, okay, doing this. Whoever else was on that bus, still moving, get on the buggy. Not your servants. No offense, they're pretty much have to carry.
I don't know.
Ina's just gonna keep staring at the undead servants. Looking between them and her massive sword.
So what's
Not
y'all's
until
plan of
the
attack?
innocents are transported is what Fuse says over his shoulder to. Yeah, he's basically stopping Ina from having such thoughts on mother and child, and that is taken something where they properly taken.
Ina's just gonna sit there. I've dedicated my entire life to hunting things like those.
There's worse things out there than those.
At least these ones are on a leash, unlike normal ones, probably.
Hey, look at it this way. At least they're being useful for once.
Don't always judge a book by its cover.
You wouldn't understand.
You probably have some trauma. It's written all over you. Probably with that demonic.
Written all over you, 14-foot tall demon. Covered in spikes and fire.
Such forces of darkness generally bring about great ruin.
And yet, some forces of darkness bring prosperity. It's
Should
just
you
how you
misuse
use it.
them once, I will cleave you in two.
Just informing you, you attack me, they attack you.
No field
I can
of
take
magic
them.
is good or evil. How it's you.
You take some of them.
Ina will just kind of stare. That is inherently wrong in my culture where I've come from.
And yeah, making blatant threats is wrong in every culture.
No, it's not a threat, it's a warning.
Some can see it as a warning, some can see it as a threat.
Why don't you two just agree to disagree and we can all go on our fucking way?
But I don't wish to fight here. Let's be proper about this.
Who knows? You may learn something interesting from the other.
Highly improbable, but perhaps. So I take it everyone is up and loaded where they need to be?
I like to imagine Fuse and Scully have been yelling at you two from within the buggy.
I'm just, assuming it has no windows, I'm just leaning up from the driver's seat, just idly bitching at them from the distance.
Well, the only way in and out of the buggy is through the turret, so
Ah,
there are holes you'd like shoot out of and see, so
ah. Does it have a car horn?
yes, it does.
There goes the horn.
So where are
Ina will
you,
not look amused at all.
so where are you headed?
Back to the town and the ship.
So how many bandits did Gon cook?
Anyone want to go check?
Considering we only have one vehicle. Not currently. No.
Okay.
Yeah,
then.
the will take them.
Also, the horde of zombies that have been summoned will take a lot longer to get to town because they're walking.
Yeah. That's gonna be their problem.
That's
Okay,
gonna
they
be
don't
the
need
zombies' problem, not mine.
They don't need rest.
Yeah, they'll be there in an hour. The car gets back in like 10 minutes. That thing's fast as hell.
Yeah.
It goes 250 per round.
Woo!
Ah, since the combat situation is over, Ina will go back to her more human-y form.
That's it for today.
Yeah.
You all arrive back at the ship.
Where's the ship? Near the town?
This ship is parked outside the town, about 500 feet left of the front door.
Gon will walk over to greet the party, and he'll see the new girl, and offer her a dong.
So Sarah, as you... Did she leave? Who left? Charles.
You gotta love
So Sarah, as you all pull up and get out the buggy, is Gon in his casual wear or in his armor?
In his casual wear.
Okay, so you see a goat humanoid in a kilt walk over. As you all pile out, he looks at you and says,
A
"Oh!"
twink goat humanoid in a kilt.
As he sees you hop out, he offers you a small piece of metal with some symbols and stuff stamped on it, and says what he just said.
You gotta love currency.
Do you take the twink's dong?
Sarah would ask, what's that for?
It's the local
It's money.
currency. It's called a dong. Because great for lewd innuendos. The ladies love my dong. Wink, wink.
I imagine you hear "fuck off" from Sig from the ship.
I thought this was just your sex toy. I thought you were a lady. But thank you.
Add one dong to your inventory.
Huzzah.
First time that's worked, I think. I'm pretty sure that's the first time that's worked.
Yes.
But yes, dong is the local currency, as you have just found out.
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't name it.
Bullshit. You're the DM. You've named everything in this world.
Random name generators name these things, not me.
I honestly believe
Everyone
it's
has
just one of the
pressed X
weird
to
shit
doubt.
you come across.
The other options were fists.
That would have been even better.
Take a fist!
So.
Anyway, yes, you have arrived at town.
Ew.
Just kills the goat.
You immediately smack the goat.
Yeah, Because we'd have to warn her that, oh, that thing is explosive, as much as you want to hit him.
Oh, Gon will then offer her a grenade.
I imagine he pulls one out from under his kilt.
Yes. Oh, by the way, would you like a grenade? Reaches under kilt, pulls out a fragmentation bomb. Wrapped in fiberglass.
Fuse is trying to subtly over their shoulder say, don't.
Don't touch it.
I don't deal with explosives.
It's easy, you just peel the pin and throw it as far as you can.
Don't be anywhere near it.
Especially these. This one yeets fiberglass everywhere.
It's nice. Whatever gets you off.
Explosives do get me off.
I can tell.
By the way, I'm the group's munitions expert. You need something to be shot at, and I'm the one to get it shot.
Okay. Well, I guess we just need to wait an hour now for them to arrive.
Oh, by the way, when Sully gets out, he'll toss the goat hit the brass casings from the rounds he spent.
Gon will look surprised that someone had more brain cells than 5 to know to do that.
Yes, you're handed 4 shells of 270 caliber.
Gon will get to work on this and ask what you want.
The standard rounds will do.
Define standard.
Full metal jacket.
I'll toss him one
Makes
of the
a full
one of the
metal
other
Sabo
standard
shell.
rounds. I'll toss him one of the other standard rounds I have that hasn't been shot.
I'll make something better.
Before this, he turns to Edna. Please carefully take that out of the buggy and walk with going over to take care of that mine.
Oh yeah, the APs.
Oh yeah, here's an AT mine going.
Go nuts!
Trips. Can I get a roll to move? Like trip
I
on a
rolled more than a
flagstone?
1.
It's like a trip on a flagstone or leap heroically into battle. You watch as Gon just unscrews the trigger and pulls it out.
Ah, easy as pie.
Oh, it was not easy.
What
Well,
you talking about? Disarming an explosive is one of the first things you learn in live fire practice. At least on my planet it was. Then again, my planet had a law where if someone crossed the border at past midnight, you could shoot them legally without any questions. Good times.
So after about an hour of fucking around, the undead group make their way to town.
So how many people freak out and try to murder the undead?
One of the people that's up on the wall notices and readies the 100mm tank cannon that's pointed down the road.
Ina will run over to tell them that they are questionably friendly. And to not shoot. Yet.
Man looks at you. Looks back to the fire string in his hand. Looks back at you.
He's now,
Looks back at the shambling horde.
considering.
Ina will casually pull out her Odachi. Don't worry, if they try anything, I have this.
And Fuse is running up. Okay, I know this one looks freaky, but she's on your side.
Meh. He flicks the safety on the cannon.
He flicks the safety, puts the safety off.
Boop.
Leans on it later, accidentally fires off as a 5-year-old child. Oops, the safety was on before.
Always remember the safeties.
Remember,
Alright,
people,
joking
safety
aside.
third. Remember, safety third.
Alright,
Rule
so
one.
joking aside,
When in doubt,
the guy,
refer to
it
rule
looks
number
like
3.
he calms down. Huh?
Rule number 2. Always refer to rule number 1. Rule number 3. Safety. I like those rules. Anyway.
Alright, so joking aside, he decides to calm down a little bit, huh? Alright, and then Fuse further explains
Yes,
that some...
the shambling group of 6 undead corpses that are mostly charred make their way to the buggy and their master.
Okay. Fuse further explains to the guard before he leaves there that some innocents were caught in the crossfire. If there's anyone who would identify them or know a proper burial, will come and see.
He tells you there's a graveyard in town.
Ah, perfect place to dump a bunch of bodies with no questions asked.
As long as you
A
dig the
graveyard,
hole.
you say? A graveyard, you say?
And that's at once.
And the necromancer
okay,
now
we
has a
have-
hard on because I mentioned the word graveyard.
Okay. Does your character get that look in her eye or any change in expression when graveyard is mentioned?
No.
Okay, then. Then Fuse doesn't know what he's getting into. He would like to believe that you wouldn't go trying to raise a whole yard.
Empty the
Well,
crypts.
I mean, I probably could, but then I would have somebody angry at me that I already threatened, so. So, we could just take those bodies there. Hello?
I was looking through notes. As you make your way into town, you do see a man waiting near the door.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine he's waiting for his wife and kid.
He proceeds to break down and cry as he sees the horde of the undead walking over with them.
I am not meant to be a people person, is what Fuse is thinking in his head. It's like, oh god, am I gonna have to calm this guy down?
So Sarah will go up and she'll start talking to him. She'll try to calm him down and explain what happened.
It was just a trip into town. They do it every other week.
But how's the man's reaction when Sarah explains everything that happened?
He understands that it was bandits. Still sad.
Understandable.
But now they could be properly buried.
hmm
Yes. He definitely takes them off your hands. And you see the local doctor, and Crypt Keeper come on over.
Ah yes, the best dual profession.
Yeah, the priest, the doctor, and the Crypt Keeper come on over. The Crypt Keeper starts taking measurements for their caskets.
And what's the doctor doing?
Writing up paperwork.
All right.
Yes, injuries seem consistent with being exploded.
Internal damage consistent with high explosive. Slowly looks over at the massive ship that was firing off mortars not too long ago.
Gon will yell that he fired a napalm.
Wow. As if he could feel the look from all the way over there.
Yes. It was napalm!
Taken aback.
Mm-hmm.
What were their names? Yeah, you don't actually have to give the name. Hughes just wants to know that in case he feels like he'll come across this place again. Yeah, once all that is settled, I guess we leave them to it. Okay.
The woman's
Looks-
name was Margaret Omore. The kid's name was Jonathan Omore. The man you saw at the door, his name is Nathan Omore.
Wow, rip.
Yeah, gives him the usual console and sorry for loss. Hope he makes it through.
Sorry for your loss. Here's a bill for their transport.
As tempting as that is, he's not being watched by Sig, so he's not gonna do that. If anything, he'd like to whip up some sort of trinket to give him, but he's not very good at working
Whip
on
up
the spot
some
like
kind
that.
of trinket. Here's a part of the AT mine that killed your wife and kid.
Oh no, even better. Here's one of the bandits. It's pieces of metal here. I think this was the bike that had the carry. I think this is part of the bike that killed them.
Anyway.
Alright, so the day is almost over, or we still got a daylight to burn?
The day is indeed almost over.
Alright. Seeing that the goat didn't immediately deter this new, most possible ally, he was wasting no time in inviting her onto Sig's ship.
Okay.
Let's see. He's looking at how many of her servants are. I think you can put one extra if you think you would feel more comfortable. The rest will probably have to wait way out of town.
We just have to sit outside of town. Out!
As jokingly as it is, he really...
Sig actually goes on the phones and says, "This calls for a celebration!" And you're given an amount of dong to go to the bars. The bar.
Is it me or... Yeah, alright. As soon as that is over, Fuse whispers to Scully, "Or does Sig seem more drunk than usual?"
Maybe?
Gon will come over. Definitely. Something's off with her. She hasn't slapped me as much as she normally does.
That
And
is
the
She
the-
slaves
looked
are
away with
acting
two
weird.
sexual innuendos.
The slaves are acting weirder than usual. But yes, Sig makes sure that everyone is out, is out drinking at the bar. Even Jonathan joins you guys.
Interesting.
Wow.
Wow.
Alright, so how's your character reacting to all this falling?
You're given
She
an
won't
open
really
tab
drink,
and
but
sent to the bar.
she won't really drink, but she'll probably just get something in to replace the alcohol. But
Water?
she'll be enjoying it with everyone.
Gon will happily be chugging the most dirt-ridden beer they have.
So dirty.
Desert whiskey it is! It actually has desert sand in it.
It will mind Gon of home.
Yeah. Fuse is just saying under his breath to Scully, wow, flexing much? Must that thing always boast that it's a little more tough than us?
Gotta get a perseverance check from Gon.
Where is it? There it is.
He's perfectly fine. 10 shots in.
Yep,
And many beers.
still flexing.
As everyone gets promptly hammered.
Contact high. Oh my gosh.
Ina's
They are so
fine.
alcoholic.
Ian and Gon are just battling, I guess.
They're trying to drink each other under the table.
Yeah, sounds about right. So, just keep rolling perseverance rolls until one of them rolls under a... Actually. Passing is currently 15. It goes up by 1 after every roll.
Yeah.
So keep rolling until one of them fails.
Great.
They
So it's a
just
drinking
so
contest.
Sig doesn't.
Gon passes out.
Oh no.
So come
Alright,
the 11th,
just so-
11th shot,
I
Gon
rolled
puts it back
in
and
a
goes
row. It's a tie.
Okay. So Gon and Ina are down to shot number 11. Gon-
Any of you.
Gon goes to tip it back, doesn't even touch his mouth before he fucking falls over. He's out. Ina, ha! Goes to drink. She drinks it. As she's tipping back to finish it, she just keeps going back and to the ground. They're both
Hits
out.
the ground, demon form.
Once per
For the
day.
love of...
Hits the floor, leaves a dent. Actually, no, this is a bunker. You leave no damage on this place.
But it makes a loud sound all the same.
Yeah, the whole building shakes a little bit. And then the
And
building
everyone's gonna have fun taking her home.
and the building continues to shake. Fuse and Sullivan, have you been drinking?
Yeah, because no, he
probably
just
not
to
drinking.
look, just to make sure that Sig wouldn't badger him to drink more. He got the biggest container, but
Sig is not
he's
with
just
you.
been. Oh, never mind then. Yeah, he just has 1 cup, considering whether to give it to for the miniature. So yeah, he hasn't been drinking. He's just been holding it.
Those that have been drinking believe the building is just shaking because they've been drinking and ignore it. Those that have not... Can I get a perception check? Notice check.
All right, here we go.
Notice check from me.
Those who have not been drinking.
Okay.
So
what do
Sarah,
we have
you,
to roll?
and Fuse.
Open. There we go. No.
What do we have to roll?
If you look on your skill list, it should be down near the bottom. It's alphabetical, so it's notice. And just hit the little roll button next to it.
Oh, my neck.
Yeah, you kind of need that.
Okay, 21.
Okay, so a lot of you notice that the building keeps rumbling, but that rumbling slowly dissipates.
Yeah?
Fuse, that kind of sounds like a ship.
No.
Fuse. You know for a fact that sounds like the engines of your spaceship flying away. As you go outside, you see the ship going into the distance.
Did you leave the
We're
key
going
in-
to have to start from scratch. Hughes turns to Scully. I think we're going to have to start from scratch again because who knows what adventure the captain is on now.
Well,
The fucking ship leaves. Half the crew is hammered.
Did Sig at least kick off Gon's entire supply of everything?
I'll tell you that come the morning.
oh no.
It's a chance that you only have half your stuff, man.
There's gonna be a very angry goat in the morning.
I'm pretty sure everyone's gonna be very angry come the morning. But yes, come the morning, you go outside because the gates are closed come nighttime for bandit reasons.
Mm-hmm.
So come the morning, you all go outside to find that the ship is gone, phantom and all. But the motorcycle and the buggy are still there, along with a rough workbench and a crap ton of random materials with the hazard symbol on them.
Yep, that's my stuff. Probably a liability, leave it on the ship.
Various rocket parts just leaned against the buggy.
Well, shit.
Gon will pick up one of the fully built missiles he has, and pick up another 2 of them, actually. You think I can trade these for a ship? Or at least something?
You also find, under the seat... Gon immediately notices that the firing seat is a little off-kilter. So you look underneath it naturally, and there's 128 dong. It says Lovesig. And the quotations, fuck you, Gon.
Gon will pocket it. I'll fuck you too, Sig. I'll fuck you too.
The note or all the dong?
Both.
Okay. Tell that one.
So yes, Sig abandoned us and left a large sum of money, which I'm pocketing for our resources.
For personal use.
Yeah, Fuse is just watching him go and explain it to the rest of them that were hammered.
But you do not have a bar tab. Sig paid for that.
True.
And no amount of trying to call them works. They seem to have changed comp codes.
Wait a minute. Did I not contribute funds to buying that ship?
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
but we'll have to cross that bridge when we next meet
Nobody
them.
contributed
Right now, we're
funds
on
to the
our own.
Phantom.
No, the Phantom was earned through quest. Talk about the big ass spaceship. I don't know. We can look back, but I don't think so.
Even if it is a joint effort, we can't really exactly say anything to someone who has the pilot from day one.
Yeah.
That's fair.
She also paid for all the repairs on it, fueling it, and piloting it.
Yeah.
So whatever you put into it has become null and void. And both in and out of character. What are you gonna argue? They're gone!
Fair
They have a
enough.
ship of slaves that cannot disobey them.
Well, at least that problem is something I don't have to deal with now.
The ship? Or the
No,
slaves?
the slaves. That's something I did not want to have to deal with.
Slaves is where you draw the line, but raising the dead's okay.
It's metal.
It's
Yeah.
just slavery with extra steps.
See, they don't give no lip.
It's just slavery. With extra steps. And
Well, a good thing
imprisonment of
Gon kept
eternal
that to
souls.
himself, otherwise I think Scully would cringe.
I will say, Gon, you're missing a considerable amount of ammo. They didn't give you all of it.
Yeah, figures.
Necromancy isn't
It kept
slavery, it's recycling.
it kept quite a bit of it.
Necromancy
Nice.
is not slavery.
Gone's
it is
gonna go off
recycling.
to trade some missiles for a truck. Would anyone like to help him
Cash.
barter missiles for trucks? He needs a thing to
Trucks,
store
oh,
his
that's
explosives on.
somewhat livable.
This would count as trade business or trade product, right?
Trade product.
I could help.
Alright,
So he accompanies you going.
let's all roll trade product and see who gets the best roll to help out.
No, it's just you're all gabbling together, just adding to each other or hindering each other, depending on the rolls.
Yes, those who are somewhat proficient at bartering, roll bartering. We trading missiles for cars now.
I'm currently at the highest.
So, boom, is there any like campers we can get?
Bagel.
I'm glad you asked.
Here we go.
Pulls out the big ass missiles. We'd like to buy a camper with these. Inspects the missiles, amazing craftsmanship.
It's like, okay, yes, but also no. It's like,
We end up getting
Do
a
we want
PS1
this
Dago.
stuff?
Well, about a year ago, a caravan came through and they sold off a few things to the town. There are indeed some mobile campers, well, you know, fold-out campers,
yeah, okay.
for sale.
Let's check the armor classes. See which one has a bit more.
They're fucking campers.
It'll be
What
cheaper.
armor?
We just get the biggest camper we can for our missiles, and I'll sell other explosives and other various ordnance I have for anything else.
Alright. He's satisfied with that. He starts writing out plans on how he can increase the
But
camper's
yes,
armor.
there are
once he
various
gets it.
small trucks that fold out into, like, 4-person tents. They have 2 of those, and then they have this one really large, think of it like a Ural truck.
Can it fit the party?
In the truck itself, no. But when it folds out, yes.
Good enough.
The rest of the party can be in the freaking buggy.
Good enough. How many missiles would that cost me?
How many do you have?
I had enough parts to make a dozen missiles last time I was on Gone, so I would probably have a dozen missiles at this point.
Just for ease
By
of
the way-
calculations, we'll say you have just enough,
That
and
was a mistake.
Sig took the rest of them with her.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a misclick.
I imagine Sig would have taken some of the fucking heavy ordnance.
Yeah, she took
Yeah.
some of the mortar rounds and quite a few of the missiles with her. You probably only have like 4, but that'd be just enough. So you get this really large Ural
For
truck that
defensive
folds out to a
purposes, of course.
freaking 6-person tent, which is 2-story, by the way.
Fucking hell.
Well, it's a 6-person tent with a common room.
Nice.
And by 6-person, I mean each person gets their own little room, 6-person. But it is a fold and unfold type thing, so it ain't no roving camper. Ah, just what what the pioneers used to drive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call it a rock.
Fuse decides not to argue at this point. So it's like, Good enough.
All aboard the rock! Spelled R-O-K.
Watch out, watch out, watch out!
None shall object to this. Ah!
Ding ding diggity dong, ring a dong ding ding.
Mm-hmm. Well, damn. No one's coming.
Eat that!
Goins getting in.
But yes, the Euro truck fits 3 people while it's driving. I think the buggy fits like 6 people.
Actually, find out who this is and I will promote.
Is it scam likely?
Massive explosion. Wall falls down.
Yeah, dang.
We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. This is our final attempt to reach out to you.
Yeah, it always is.
I saw that the other day. It was a freaking TikTok. The guy freaking punches the window in. We've been trying to contact you about your car's extended warranty.
It's like, holy shit, they have stepped up their game.
Stepped up the game. Send it via mortar round. Tank blows through house wall. We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended factory warranty.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I love
Okay.
when I get that because I don't own a car.
Yes. That's just the
I love
glory.
wasting their
okay,
time.
Who in this house has a car that I don't know about? Because I don't have one.
Called away.
Don't worry, you won't be missed.
What?
Someone said they're being called away. I said, don't worry, they won't be missed.
That's mean. Everybody would be missed. I'd miss all of you.
Bullshit. Because you always have me.
Your ass gets boring. My chair stabs me. I need a new one. Anyway,
Chair stabs you. What are you doing looking at their asses around here?
quiet you. But yes, I'm stopping that. You have your Ural camping truck. As you sit here making this purchase, you do notice the men in suits hanging around the bar.
The what?
Men in suits.
Hmm.
You see the other man in suit that you rescued walk up to them, and they begin talking back and forth for a minute.
Doan is tempted to try to bust their balls about getting some cash from this.
After a minute or two,
Alright, am I near
you
you?
get a ping on your communicator informing you that the
Oh.
guards that were coming to escort you have arrived in town.
The guards are
okay
coming to
then.
escort us?
Yeah, you
Yes,
still,
it's a
you still have
good
that
thing you
guard
got
mission
that.
if you wish to accept it.
Good thing you got that camper, otherwise we'd have Jack squat.
Don't worry, I'm sure they'll love the camper.
A new
If
escort
not, they
mission.
can go fuck themselves.
Escort mission. You still wish to accept it?
Yes.
Yeah, we're
Your
gonna
mission.
try.
You choose to accept it
Yes, we choose to accept this.
because we're broke.
Don't. Alright, you get the motorcycle. I'm gonna set up the camper to be a small workshop.
Yeah, there's no room inside it other than the driver's seat.
Well, he bought it,
Make
so of
room.
course he gets dibs.
Well, the entire bed of it is folded canvas. Well, sorry, it's folded Kevlar,
Ooh.
because that's so mass-produced it has replaced canvas. So, in actuality, your thing is fairly small arms proof.
Nice.
Good.
By small arms, I mean up to a 45 caliber handgun.
Fuse!
Yes.
I want you to figure out how to armor this a lot better. That is your job.
Looks at the scrap he recently he got. Looks back at the thing, sighs to himself. then thinks, alright, I know this is for the benefit of this mission.
It has a vehicle armor rating of 2, I think.
Yeah, well, I'm going to take the strap that I've got, store away the extra wheels that didn't immediately melt or explode in wherever the camper has a backspace, and begin fitting metal, or at least making shape before
If
putting
anything,
it.
think of this truck as a flatbed, and just the entire bed is full of variously layered canvas wrap that you unfold into a massive camper.
Yeah, well, hopefully Fuse is hoping to bump its armor up to 2 or more.
You can armor the crew cab part so people don't get shot.
There we go.
Because the back end of it is nothing but frickin' Kevlar canvas, so
And I'm back.
if anything shoots that massive pile of Kevlar, nothing will get through it besides tank rounds.
You came back in time, Scully. We're just tricking out our rides.
Yes, we're tricking out our camper.
With air quotes.
Okay.
What would it classify as for driving?
Wheel.
Okay, good.
This is an old nomad, travel tent. Is the best way to put it. Good times.
Unless someone else has a wheeled drive greater than 7, I am the designated driver.
You now have 3 vehicles that need to be driven, so...
Let's try them all together.
Let's see. We're gonna have to learn. Either that
Probably
or we're gonna
strap
have to...
the motorcycle onto the bed of the Euro truck, but that
Probably.
buggy's gonna
Okay.
need to be driven.
Or towed.
Yes, Toad. Gonna get some good lines on that thing, put it in neutral.
Well, that thing is the only thing with armor and guns in your vehicle complement currently.
What kind of assorted gun parts do we own currently?
Okay, we're gonna need to get this code. What is each person's drive wheeled at?
And we're speaking about Cracker, so let's out with the numbers.
Driving. Can
My-
Gone drive? Gone can questionably drive decently well.
It's
My driving is at 3, but
Ina is surprisingly good at driving.
one of my skeletons is at 8.
For drive wheeled?
It's not proficient in it, but it doesn't have
It-
point in it, but it could still the base
Wow,
point.
that is surprising. I didn't
Ina
think...
has like an 11 in wheeled.
See, I don't do the driving.
The
They do.
spirit druid is well endowed with vehicle driving knowledge.
okay.
So either she drives the buggy or she drives the camper. We
I
gotta
don't
pick
know.
one.
Look, Dragon, now is the time to pull out some obscure character backstory shit. Why are you so good at
She
driving?
knows
yes.
how to ride a horse. It's a lot like riding a horse, but with
Bullshit.
more room.
So Drew, why are you so good at driving vehicles? For about 4 years of my early teens, I was a pizza delivery driver.
Hey, it works, it
Wow.
works.
Well, I
Hey,
only have
when you're
one
at the
point.
college,
The
you assume when
rest
you're at
is
the tower,
literally
it's
my
some way
dex
of making money.
bonus.
Delivering pizzas.
So I guess we're gonna have to take a bit of time for like 3 hours of montage, getting her familiar with the stuff. Then, okay,
Gonna
we
have a
finally got you
montage.
somewhat decent. Finally
But
got her somewhat
you all
decently
accept
familiar
the
with the
travel
camper.
mission. You all accept the escort mission, and the men promptly, hey, how you doing? This way, come on. They hop in their own dirt buggy, their own little dune buggy, which has a 50 cal mounted on it, not 2 grease guns.
Weight of fire is sometimes better.
Yes.
If they wanted a better armored convoy, they should have paid someone else.
Well, this isn't for the convoy, this is to go to the site where you're starting.
I had the 600 just hold on to the
Yeah,
RV
just have them hold
caravan
on
thing.
the outside.
There's
Yeah,
just
blocking
6
the
undead
windows.
holding on to the top of the massive Kevlar bag that is your tent on the back of the flatbed.
You know what? What I find hilarious is that while the negotiations were happening, they were just creeping up behind, and then they just posed on the vehicle. So by the time they look around, it's like, what is that there? It's just fancy armor. Don't pay it no mind.
Ah, so we're taking our playbook out of the Russian tank design.
And to protect yourself
Pretty
from
much.
heat shells. People. We use people. Infantry. We use infantry.
What do we have a lot of? Because we don't have a lot of armor plating. We have a lot of bodies! That works!
Cover the tank and people.
The funny thing is, that could probably happen later on.
No, it did, legitimately. Like, in World War II, I think it was.
No.
Like, America used
Probably.
sandbags. Russia
Back
would
in
just have
our-
people sitting on the tanks.
Yeah,
Well, it wasn't
like
for the
in
purpose
the
of
game.
armor plating, though. They would just
No,
ride
but
on
it worked.
It wasn't for the purpose of
Right.
armor plating, but it would work, yes. They would promptly jump off when the fighting started.
Okay, let her finish her thoughts. She's gonna say something about them.
That's okay. Let's continue.
She's gonna have enough undead soon enough that she can cover all your vehicles in undead bodies to give it extra armor.
Glorious.
They'll just hold hands and be draped over it. They'll be like ants. I think it's army ants that do that. Actually, I think all ants do it.
Mm-hmm.
We shall build bridges out of our bodies. Go forth, undead!
Yeah, the most versatile is the marching.
Good times. But yes, after a short 5-hour drive, you arrive at a shitty impromptu caravan at the side of a cliff,
Oh boy.
where you meet your target that you need to protect.
Hmm. Okay then.
Mm-hmm. So how hard are we going to fail at this?
What's your explosives? Above average. Lower if we can get it off ourselves and onto the enemy.
One of the butlers approaches you and says, "Hello there."
Yeah. Fuse has Scully step up so we can talk.
Sullivan.
Yes?
So Fuse and Sullivan are talking for the group. Fantastic.
Oh boy.
Yeah, because you look the most professional, really, and
Yes, in his very
Go
dirty
ahead.
suit and briefcase.
I try to keep
my-
it clean, but considering the environment,
Yeah. Spitting and rubbing it into your clothes isn't really going to clean it.
you have nothing better to no. You have nothing better for that moment at hand at the moment.
yeah, Fuse doesn't keep going away from earshot though, so he can interject whenever he sees fit.
It might not be a good idea for me to do the actual talking though.
Goen's going to
Yeah.
custom design a rail launcher for our fucking...
My demeanor is
Camper.
a flat 0.
Okay. I want to. Hello there. My master, Mr. Jeff Molly Goldfarb. That's how you do that. You can call him Mr. Gold if you wish.
Yeah.
Or Sir Gold is also acceptable.
Very
I
well, sir.
don't like that.
I'm glad you.
He just points to the
your
extravagant
poker face
tent
while
over yonder.
he
He's
says
currently in
yes.
there. He's currently in there. We leave tomorrow for a. He pulls out his communicator. 2-week journey? We're currently a little low on manpower, hence why we hired you. You want to protect?
Ina will just kind of smile.
You want to protect Mr. Goldfarb from any and all harm.
Mhm. Okay.
His safety is of the utmost priority. You then get a ping on your communicator because you're close enough. He sends it to your communicators. Bing!
Okay.
Okay.
You are given the rough outline, which looks like it was drawn in MS Paint, of him drawing a
Probably
line from
was.
where you are all the way about a quarter way across the planet to where you need to go.
Oh boy.
That is his private compound that we need to arrive back at. Any sort of area vehicle is out of the question, for the bandits around here are notorious for having anti-air weapons.
We are aware of that.
Interesting.
Which is... I am happy you read the info on it, as I saw you didn't come in on a ship of any kind.
I think in our first week or so here, we actually took out a base with AA.
Well, it's random bandits will have various Stinger missiles or vehicles with anti-ship missiles on them.
Mhm.
You can see them from time to time. Oh, and FYI, whenever you went to go back and investigate those ones that you napalmed, there were some Stinger rockets, horribly melted, but in the back of some of those cars.
Cool, I'll steal anything that's salvageable from that.
Well, the rockets were in the launchers, and then they detonated, so... rough metal tubes was all you could salvage.
Good enough for Gone.
Tons of
Metal is
random
metal.
metal scrap, got it.
Something's better than nothing.
Hey, Gone lives off random metal scrap, let's be real.
True.
Genuine
Crafty.
salvage.
We leave tomorrow morning. Be ready.
We will be ready.
And with that, you have about half a day, and then the entire night, to do with whatever the fuck you want.
Alright, double checking, making sure that he has properly armored the necessary parts.
Gone actually proceeds to read the manual for your little truck and sees that it automatically sets up.
Boop.
Yeah, you press a button, and you just hear springs start going crazy as this thing flips up. Like a massive rod goes up, and then folds out, and then falls down.
Yay!
And then all the side flaps just roll off. But they begin blowing in the wind violently, so you need to tie those down.
What the?
Otherwise, 80% of this
Yeah, we
is already opened by itself. All the rooms are set, you just need to nail them down.
I just have some of the undead help and hold stuff down.
Gonna take a while to get used to that, but she's part
After
of us
about
now.
20 minutes, this thing is completely set up. 6 different rooms, and there is a built-in table on the actual flatbed of the truck itself. As the back wheels kind of fold sideways to bring it down lower. So just, like, little... what you would assume to be, like, steps fold out far enough to be chairs.
Okay.
So the bed of the truck is the table. Now this is a flatbed, so it's quite a large table. Pretty neat, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Only the cost of 5 super dangerous missiles.
I say, I could probably just modify my undead during this time, but it might not be the best idea right now.
Chop, 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 chop. They do begin to stink a little bit. Baking in the sun isn't conducive to good smells.
I got a spell for that. That stops the rotting.
I got a spell for that. I'm gonna cast it.
You see, but if I let the zombies rot all the way, that means they're able to become skeletons.
Well, 2 of them are already skeletons because they burnt away.
Mm-hmm.
The hell?
That was a rumbler. Holy fuck.
A bandit dirt bike goes whizzing past.
Hurry,
Don't mind me, I'm running my own business.
I just made this, don't worry.
Someone take care of that.
Go and points the mortar at them. Fire!
Hey, we've got guns, so we can just
Fire close
blow
range
them
mortar.
away.
Poof!
Tilts the mortar on its side and throws the round down it. Actually, pull the safety pin, beat it against the side of something hard, and throw it like a grenade. Which, by the way, that actually works. Pretty sure everyone's seen Saving Private Ryan. No? No one's seen Saving Private Ryan? What's wrong with you people?
rather not remember it.
So someone has seen it, but they don't quite remember.
No, they choose not to. There was a scene where they would beat the tail end of a mortar on a rock, then you could throw it like an impact grenade.
Oh!
Yep.
That reminds me of the meme of the soldiers holding a missile.
Anehusen,
One was...
anything anybody wants to do? I imagine Gon is setting up his workshop.
Yep.
Alright, it's time for a dialogue session. So what's your story? Opening the cover so they can speak clearly.
He's saying that too.
Probably you.
Oh,
As
your
a new
character
person in the
won't
group,
know
probably you,
immediately.
Sarah.
What is that?
Sorry, I missed what both of you said.
No, who are you talking to?
Ah, yes. This was meant to be my assistant, is what Hughes explained. Still, I'm just holding it. Not sure if she's comfortable with me lifting her up or anything, so I'm just waiting for a response.
Are you talking about your tiny little person in a jar?
Yep. I removed the cover.
She speaks in such a high pitch that you can't understand what she's saying.
Gonna have to work on this.
She does indeed write out, "I'm good."
Alright.
Do it? Or read, I guess.
Alright, once we figure out this pitch barrier, we're going to let you give your life story. I'm curious. How can such a neat little race is like yours end up where you ended up.
She writes on her tiny little whiteboard, and it just reads off poachers.
All right, I'll put a tab on that. So he gives her water, whatever her sustenance needed before replacing the cover, so everyone
The corner of a
can
piece
turn
of
in.
bread and a shot of water. There you go.
Yeah. He decides to modify his miniature bot for a bit, thinking of adding some sort of pilot that so she can ride in it.
For a second, Charles, I thought you were talking to Sarah, the new player.
Well,
No. I'm still talking about the little race there. Now
picked up
he's
on
gonna
that.
turn to Sarah. So, what's your plans for the more fleshy ones? You're letting them camp a ways off or something?
What do you mean?
I mean, I'm gonna try and say this in the most polite way possible. They're unsettling. For some reason, I'm comfortable with your skeleton, so I'm not sure what that says about me.
round the bones.
We're darker than you realize.
Okay, that's one for when I get therapy next never.
I can give you shock therapy with bullets.
That's not.
Change it to rubber bullets and I might consider it, is what Fuse shouts back before he decides. Alright, after he makes his little plans, he's gonna just turn in.
We could probably just put drape on 'em so nobody could actually see their true faces.
Throw a tarp over them.
That would help.
There's a tarp over them, just a pile of sleeping undead.
Sleep standing up. With their eyes open and not sleeping. Keep going.
Alrighty then. Let's see. Since no one else is speaking, let's see. What do I have to roll to make sure that Fuse draws up a pretty good plan for when he has more time and materials to modify his little helper bot?
I gotta go AFK. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Engineering electrical?
Alright, rolling. Let's see. Engineering electrical, come on. There it is. Pretty good. For now, I guess as he'll make those plans, put them away, finish up his drone, which he was working on before they got marooned.
On this godforsaken planet, which you guys could have left at any time, but chose not to.
Yeah, well, we'll get another chance once we go through some.
Will you?
Let's see. Who knows? But at least you'll be able to make some plots this time.
Flying around being a bunch of jackasses with guns.
Now you're just driving around being jackasses with guns. I honestly thought Charles would have been asking Aina about shit as well. Beginning of the session, he's like, "So you?" No? Okay.
Yeah,
No.
he'll probably find a spare communication device and have her fiddle with it so they can try and get around the high pitch thing. Because it's like, it's gonna be a bit of a stretch to have her write whole paragraphs just because he's curious.
You go back to try to do this, and you find out she's already asleep.
He lets her continue to sleep and
I'm back.
starts. Oh, welcome back.
Welcome back. Hey, Hugo.
Alright. The boom. Do we have any extra communication device? Just so I'm clear.
No. Everybody has one.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that on my to get list. All right, that's it. Head for views. Anyone else wants to do some planning or stuff before they go to bed?
Talking
The boom
or
says do it
stuff
now.
for half a day of shit. Gon, what are you doing for your half a day?
You already know.
More bullets.
Once my workshop is set up, I was going to try to figure out how to make a small rail cannon for the fucking
Oh. You have no you have no kind of internet to work with at this very moment. You don't have any pre-drawn up plans. You just be winging it.
Yeah, it's kind of what I do though.
Okay, hope it doesn't blow up in your face. Roll.
Well, uh. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Also need an engineer electrical check. And an engineer power systems check. As you
God
draw
damn, I keep rolling low on a bunch of shit.
as you draw up rough plans and start putting this shit together with what you have.
Fuse!
Ah,
You know more about electrical systems.
That they do.
Level. Okay, let me look over what plans you have written. I'm not sure if we.
You see a crude crayon drawing. It says
Oh.
railgun and pew.
because Hughes is half asleep, he forgets as how cautious he was around on the go and just says, "The fuck is this?"
I'm planning on making a railgun for the RV.
Drawn in crayon, it says railgun on the top. With a little box with little wires poking in it, and the thing says pew. He doesn't make plans, he just makes the thing.
Ah!
Gon has rarely used a single plan this entire time.
No, he's always used Armorer to figure out a plan first, and then he's figured out how to make it work.
Rough mental plan. Yeah, this should work. Probably.
This should work
Okay.
with a reasonable degree of not killing us.
Plans
I'm going to move
are a list
the
of
rule of
things that can go
safety
wrong.
to number 1 for you.
What is this safety? I'm a walking OSHA violation.
Else,
Okay, about 20 yards from our buggy should be about right. Fuse explains in shorthand that once he
you see his
gets
entire
this thing-
setup is already ready in his room.
twitching.
Oh, a science
Okay.
space check is also required.
Alright, I'm gonna
No,
assist him with that
physics.
science-based check
Physics.
since he got me up before it.
Science physics.
Here we go. Look.
Physical. The middle one.
Hang on, I might have decent physics.
He didn't even study in that. So we somehow brained through that one.
Holy shit! Yeah,
The two of you seem to cobble together enough brain cells to get a rough plan together. Still written in crayon, but still in better detail.
Hey, crayons are cheaper than pencils.
Exactly why you're using crayons. Soon you'll be using charcoal, because that'll be all you have.
No, charcoal's for grilling, not for plans.
Speak for yourself.
I don't know why,
Yeah,
but that
you
just
can already
reminds me
tell.
of that one fucking mission from Skyrim that uses a completely obtuse means of getting shit. It was you had to take a copy of a massive stone thing on the wall. It's like, you gotta make a copy of this. It doesn't give you any information, just you need a copy of it. How the
Actually,
fuck-
it does. Right when you start the quest, they tell you that you should probably bring some paper and charcoal.
Yeah. I completely ignored that part and charged off anyway. It's never used any other part in the entire game. Only that one mission, as far as I know. Yeah, it's clever, but... don't use it again? Come on. Luckily, they have paper and charcoal there.
Yes, because they realize people are fucking retards and don't pay attention to what NPCs say. Like, boom.
Oh, I just skipped through because I stopped giving a damn. That was the point in the game where I stopped caring. I'm like, yeah, sure, yep, okay, bye. Go here, steal shit, thanks. Anyway. Over the course of the entire night, you managed to get the plans down enough that you can actually work on them.
It's wanky.
Okay. The rest of the day and part of the night, you all go to bed.
He was insist upon going. When he decides to test this, takes a long cable away from them.
Yes, don't worry, I won't accidentally murder anyone.
Anyone else doing stuff throughout the day? And night, if they want to do stuff at night. Ina? Sullivan? Sarah?
Sorry, what?
Plans for the day and night before the mission starts.
Checking your weapons can be a thing, Solvent.
Yeah, probably. Has more ammo been made by Gun, or are they gonna do that eventually at some point later on?
Probably eventually. He spent the entire night making railgun plans.
It'll be worth it.
In the long term,
Doesn't explode violently.
yeah.
That's a good
Although to
thing.
be fair, someone made a fucking magnetic cannon in the 1930s, so there's that. And yeah, that's actually a thing. Someone made a fucking gas cannon
Yes.
in the 1930s.
I know. A kid also made a live nuclear reactor as a science
Yeah.
project.
The nuclear Boy Scout.
Yep. Anyway,
Kid was smart.
are you doing
figuring
anything
out
for the
that
night,
also-
Sullivan? Yes or no?
Probably not.
Or the rest of the day you have?
You'll probably be doing the driving.
During the time you're sitting at camp? Waiting to do driving?
No, I can't. Never mind.
Yeah, this is the day before. You have the day and the
Ah.
night to do whatever the fuck you want.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick up a hobby.
He really should.
Practicing your magic.
That
Taking
might
care
be
of your guns. Trying to clean your suit.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea, actually. Or some of the best, at least.
Training in my magic.
Know what she's doing? Sullivan, what are you doing?
Let's look at my list of spells. See what I. God damn it! Thing, show your. There we go. Fucking character sheet.
I don't think it's the character sheet's fault.
And probably do a bit of practice.
Okay,
Let's
so the two dark mages are out fucking around with magic outside the tent.
As they do.
So Sarah and Sullivan are practicing magic outside the tent. Fuse and Sig are writing up plans for a railgun. What's Ina doing? Meditating?
I don't know.
Druidic meditation.
Let's see, what kind of random fucking skills does she have that she could maybe do? Random occult bullshit.
Communing with spirits?
Yeah.
I don't know why, I just imagine Ina with her little cat thingy. What are they called?
Scampus.
Scampuses, there you go. Yeah, you're just sitting there with scampuses in your room. You somehow have acquired 6 of them. During your time of meditation.
Yay.
I don't know how I did this, but it's great. Right?
Yes. Ina will then show off her scampuses to the rest of the people.
Shows it off to Gon and them, who are currently precariously drawing plans.
It's obvious Gohan has a brighter reception to this than Fuse.
A scampus is a very large cat, effectively.
Yes, that's why Fuse is
And
like,
they are spherical in shape.
Have massive eyes.
wow, if a Drell could narrow its pupils to normal size, that is what Fuse did when he saw it.
They are fucking adorable.
Indeed.
I wouldn't want to be our enemies if one of them gets shot next time. That's what Fuse says as she walks off.
Oh, Fuse is a she now, okay.
What? Okay, something got missed in my
Fuse
translation
says
there.
as she walks off.
I said meant to.
it's
What the fuck? Okay.
on recording. It's not just me.
Alright,
Boomisms.
Seems like my mouth is betraying.
If I'm
me.
wrong,
Okay, so-
I will give you a fey point. It's on record. Anyway.
Okay.
Goes back, splices the record.
There we go. I'm too lazy for that, though.
Yeah, basically, and you said her name is Ina?
Ina.
Ina, yeah.
Fine.
When Ina is done showing off and walks away, Fuse mutters to go and wouldn't want to be our enemies if one of those things gets shot.
Gon just kinda stares at it weirdly.
It would fit in a cannon pretty well.
Kaboom!
That was a random thought he batted away, I hope.
I'm pretty sure that's questionably demonic.
Fit well in a
Welcome to the
200
club.
It fit well in a 200.
You're
millimeter
semi-normal.
I should probably roll on.
We are
cult as
surrounded by
well.
nut jobs and wackos.
cannon. Everyone around us is crazy.
Everyone around us is crazy has invented a railgun out of scrap parts.
Is proceeding to attempt to build a railgun.
See, railguns are perfectly sane things.
I'm not going to argue because you want to do it anyway.
What are you gonna do? Stop going from inventing a railgun?
What are you gonna do? Find the person that can stop me? Oh, what was his name? Mr. Mick doesn't exist.
That is amazing. And it fits perfectly.
But yes, since that is y'all's night, plenty of dark magic, harebrained schemes, and fluffy cats are had throughout the day, rest of the day, and the night. Good times. And the day will start off with a whistle being blown, telling everyone to get the fuck up, as everybody packs up their shit and is preparing to move.
Yay.
We shall end the session with everything being packed up, everyone's in their vehicles and is ready to go, and with a level up. Congratulations, everyone. It's been a while.
Yay.
It's been a while.
We're level 6.
Correct. I'll work on that at some point during the week with everyone.
Holy shit, we're 6.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
That is it for the
once
session.
again,
Any questions, comments, or concerns about today's session?
Nope.
question. When and how do we, oh, never mind. You already answered that. I'm just gonna have to look it up again. Let's see. Comments. Pretty good session. Anyone else?
How many war crimes is too many?
2.
There you go.
Good, I've already committed 8.
As long as no one of note sees it, there's no such thing.
And as long as you kill everyone of note that's seen it, no one will ever know!
Well, someone of note is probably like a governor or something.
That means you just need to finish killing the entire city. No one can point a finger at you if no one's alive to know.
That's fair.
Good times. Sarah, any questions, comments, or concerns?
Really? It was enjoyable.
Okay. Scully? Sullivan?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, then that's
I'm good.
everyone.
Yep.
I'd like to thank you all for attending. If you wish to say goodbye to the stream.
Goodbye, stream.
Bye.
Glad for your patience. See you again later.
We've had 2 viewers this whole time.
Yay.
One could have been the commander. Who knows?
I actually know what the commander's Twitch thing is, and no, it wasn't him. Surprised, actually. I
Oh.
thought he would be here. But anyway, I'd like to thank everyone that was here for today's session, and I will see you all next week, hopefully on time. Good evening, good morning, good night. I've been Daboom. Till next time. Next Sunday at 12 Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. Goodbye.